Selena Gomez's picture-perfect wedding to Benny Blanco had everyone talking. From the star-studded guest list that included celebrities like Taylor Swift and Paul Rudd, to a display of wealth and luxury that had fans stunned, it was such a ball that not even Justin Bieber could ignore it. And he wasn't happy about it at all. Let's get right into it. The fairy tale wedding. In the golden hour of September 27, 2025, something absolutely magical happened in the sun-drenched coastal paradise of Santa Barbara, California. Selena Gomez, the beloved 33-year-old singer, actress, and visionary founder of Rare Beauty, exchanged vows with music production maestro Benny Blanco, 37, in what can only be described as one of the most breathtakingly beautiful and emotionally charged celebrity weddings of the decade. This wasn't just any wedding, folks. This was a meticulously crafted, heart-stoppingly gorgeous celebration that seamlessly blended Hollywood's most dazzling glamour with deeply personal, intimate touches that left absolutely everyone in attendance sobbing into their custom monogrammed handkerchiefs. The celebration wasn't confined to a single day, oh no. Instead, the couple orchestrated an absolutely spectacular three-day extravaganza that kicked off with an intimate rehearsal dinner on September 26th, crescendoed with the main ceremony on September 27th at the picturesque Seacrest Nursery, and then gracefully concluded with a relaxed, sun-soaked brunch on September 28th. Each moment was carefully curated, each detail thoughtfully considered, creating a wedding weekend that guests would remember for the rest of their lives. What makes this love story even more captivating, even more cinematically perfect, is how it all began. Their journey together didn't start with love at first sight or a dramatic romantic gesture. No, it started in the recording studio, with creativity and collaboration. The professional partnership between Selena and Benny first sparked back in 2015 when they worked together on tracks like Same Old Love. What was initially just two talented artists creating beautiful music together slowly, organically evolved into something deeper, something more profound. By June 2023, that professional respect and admiration had blossomed into full-blown romance, the kind of love story that makes you believe in fate and perfect timing. Their engagement came in December 2024, and by 2025 they had even released a joint album titled I Said I Love You First and You Said It Back, which served as both a musical collaboration and a beautiful soundtrack to their evolving love story. Every lyric, every melody seemed to capture the essence of their relationship: genuine, playful, deeply connected, and absolutely authentic. But here's what truly set this wedding apart from the typical celebrity circus. What made it genuinely special rather than just spectacularly expensive? The couple's profound emphasis on love, family, and giving back to the community. In a move that spoke volumes about their character and values, Selena and Benny encouraged their guests to donate to Gomez's Rare Impact Fund instead of bringing traditional wedding gifts. This charitable foundation dedicated to supporting youth mental health initiatives has been one of Selena's most passionate projects, and the fact that she chose to highlight it during her wedding celebrations shows exactly where her heart lies. Not in material possessions or lavish presents, but in making a meaningful difference in the world. Now, let's dive into the absolutely stunning logistics of this three-day celebration, because the planning and execution were nothing short of extraordinary. The festivities launched on Friday, September 26th, with a rehearsal dinner at a private mansion in Hope Ranch, Santa Barbara County. Imagine this, an exclusive, intimate gathering in one of California's most prestigious neighborhoods, where the ocean breeze carries the scent of eucalyptus and the sunset paints the sky in shades of pink and gold. Sources who attended this pre-wedding soiree described it as having the best vibe, with guests mingling freely, laughing easily, and soaking in the warm, welcoming atmosphere that would characterize the entire weekend. Then came Saturday, September 27th, the big day, the main event, the moment everyone had been waiting for with bated breath. The ceremony and reception took place at Seacrest Nursery in Santa Barbara, a location that can only be described as absolutely enchanting. Picture this incredible scene. Large, billowing white tents erected specifically for dining and dancing, their fabric catching the afternoon light and creating an ethereal, dreamlike atmosphere. The security was heightened, naturally. When you're hosting Hollywood's biggest stars, you need to ensure privacy and safety, but it never felt oppressive or excessive. Everything was handled with such grace and discretion that guests could fully immerse themselves in the celebration without worry or distraction. The venue itself was transformed into something straight out of a fairy tale. The setup featured large white tents for dining and dancing, but these weren't your typical wedding tents. Oh no, these were architectural masterpieces, custom designed and meticulously constructed to blend seamlessly with the natural beauty of the Santa Barbara landscape. Inside, the decor was nothing short of spectacular. Think cascading floral arrangements, twinkling lights that mimicked stars, elegant table settings that somehow managed to be both luxurious and approachable, and comfortable lounge areas where guests could relax and catch their breath between dancing and celebrating. Finally, the weekend concluded with a relaxed backyard brunch on Sunday, September 28th, where the dress code shifted from formal glamour to comfortable casual. This was the wind down, the opportunity for close friends and family to gather one more time before returning to reality. And in a move that perfectly captured Benny's laid-back personality and his authentic approach to life, he wore slippers to the brunch, signaling to everyone that this was a judgment-free zone where comfort and connection mattered more than appearances. The entire production was absolutely massive in scope and ambition. Sources described the multi-venue setup as a huge production, with custom-built sites that reflected months and months of meticulous planning. This wasn't something thrown together in a few weeks or even a few months. This was the result of careful consideration, countless decisions, and an unwavering commitment to creating something truly special, truly memorable, truly reflective of Selena and Benny's unique love story. Now, let's talk about the ceremony itself, because this is where things get really emotional, where even the most stoic attendees found themselves reaching for tissues. The ceremony at Seacrest Nursery was intimate and deeply emotional, taking place outdoors under a stunning canopy of white flowers and lush greenery that seemed to glow in the afternoon light. The setting was absolutely perfect, not overly formal or intimidating, but rather warm, welcoming, and wonderfully romantic. Selena was walked down the aisle by her grandfather, adding an incredibly touching family element to the proceedings. This wasn't about following tradition for tradition's sake. This was about honoring the man who has been a cornerstone of her life, a steady presence through all of life's ups and downs. As the vows were exchanged, the atmosphere became even more charged with emotion. Fashion, festivities, and famous faces. Now let's shift our focus to what everyone was wearing, because when you're talking about a wedding of this magnitude, fashion becomes an absolutely crucial element of the storytelling. And let me tell you, Selena and Benny did not disappoint. In fact, they exceeded every possible expectation when it came to their sartorial choices throughout the 3-day celebration. Selena wore multiple custom Ralph Lauren gowns, each one more stunning than the last, each one perfectly suited to its specific moment in the celebration. Her ceremony dress alone was an absolute masterpiece of design and craftsmanship. Picture this, a halter-neck satin gown adorned with 300 handcrafted floral embellishments. Yes, you heard that right, 300 individual flowers, each one meticulously created and attached by skilled artisans. The creation of this gown took 200 hours of painstaking work, representing countless days of labor, attention to detail, and dedication to achieving absolute perfection. But the magic didn't stop with the floral embellishments. The gown featured an open back, creating a stunning silhouette that was both elegant and slightly daring, perfectly capturing Selena's sophisticated yet playful personality. And here's a detail that will make your heart absolutely melt. The dress included an embroidered tribute to Benny, a hidden message or symbol known only to the couple, a secret declaration of love woven into the very fabric of her wedding gown. This kind of thoughtful, romantic gesture speaks volumes about the depth of their relationship and the care they put into every aspect of their celebration. To complement this already breathtaking ensemble, Selena accessorized with Tiffany & Company earrings, no doubt sparkling brilliantly in the California sunshine, and her 6-carat Marquise diamond engagement ring, which had already caused quite a stir on social media when Benny first proposed. This ring, with its distinctive elongated shape and breathtaking size, is the kind of piece that becomes iconic, that gets its own Instagram account that people will still be talking about years from now. But Selena wasn't done dazzling her guests yet. For the reception, she changed into a tea-length off-the-shoulder dress, transitioning from the formal elegance of the ceremony to something more playful and dance floor appropriate. This second look allowed her to move freely, to really let loose and celebrate with her guests without worrying about managing a dramatic train or keeping delicate embellishments pristine. Meanwhile, Benny wore a black Ralph Lauren tuxedo, looking absolutely dapper and distinguished in the classic menswear staple that never goes out of style. But here's where Benny's personality really shone through. He switched outfits multiple times throughout the celebration, matching Selena's wardrobe changes and keeping the visual interest high throughout the entire weekend. From the formal tuxedo to more relaxed, comfortable looks, Benny showed that modern grooms can have just as much fun with fashion as brides do. The reception featured live music and DJing, creating a soundtrack that kept the energy high and the dance floor packed all night long. But here's an interesting twist that really speaks to Selena and Benny's unique approach to their wedding. The couple opted out of a traditional first dance due to Gomez's shyness. However, they did include a hora for Blanco's Jewish heritage, ensuring that his cultural background and traditions were honored and celebrated during this momentous occasion. The hora, with its joyful chairlifting tradition and spirited dancing, must have been an absolute highlight, bringing everyone together in a moment of pure, unrestrained celebration. The speeches throughout the evening were nothing short of spectacular, emotional roller coasters that had guests laughing one moment and crying the next. Taylor Swift gave a touching speech at the reception, and knowing the depth and length of her friendship with Selena, these two have been close for over 20 years. You can imagine how meaningful and heartfelt her words must have been. Taylor, who served as maid of honor, shared inside jokes, reminisced about their journey together, and no doubt spoke about watching Selena find the love she truly deserves. Other speeches came from impressive corners of the entertainment world. Ed Sheeran, Gomez's mum Mandy Teefey, and various family members all took their turns at the microphone, each offering their own unique perspective on the couple's love story. And in a moment that must have brought down the house with laughter, Steve Martin and Martin Short delivered a joint speech at the rehearsal, showcasing the comedic chemistry that has made their work together on Only Murders in the Building so beloved by audiences worldwide. Now let's discuss the food, because Selena and Benny took a decidedly non-traditional approach to their wedding menu, creating a culinary experience that was uniquely theirs. The menu included challah by chef Jake Cohen for Blanco's heritage, ensuring that this important element of Jewish culture was represented and celebrated. But then things took a delightfully unexpected turn with the inclusion of late-night fast food like Taco Bell, perfectly reflecting their casual tastes and refusal to take themselves too seriously. The wedding hosted approximately 300 guests, creating an atmosphere that felt both intimate and star-studded, both personal and glamorous. The actor contingent was equally impressive. Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Paul Rudd, Selena's co-stars from Only Murders in the Building, brought their characteristic humor and warmth to the celebration. Zoe Saldana, Cara Delevingne, and Paris Hilton added to the Hollywood glamour, while David Henry and other Wizards of Waverly Place co-stars reminded everyone of Selena's Disney Channel roots and the journey she's been on since those early days in her career. But perhaps most importantly, family members including mum Mandy Teefey, stepdad Brian, dad Ricardo Gomez, and grandparents attended, ensuring that this celebration was grounded in the love and support of the people who have known Selena longest and loved her most fiercely. In one particularly touching moment, Swift called Gomez the most beautiful bride, a simple but powerful statement from a friend who has seen Selena through so many chapters of her life. Planning perfection and the aftermath. The journey to this perfect wedding weekend didn't happen overnight. In fact, planning began immediately after their engagement in December 2024. But the road from yes to I do wasn't always smooth or straightforward. Like any modern couple trying to balance successful careers with personal commitments, Selena and Benny found themselves navigating the tricky waters of wedding planning while also managing their professional obligations. The initial planning phase was delayed by their demanding careers, including work on their joint album and Gomez's filming commitments. Selena, who is notoriously detail-oriented and creative, found herself in a constant state of wedding planning flux. By March 2025, sources revealed that Gomez was planning a new wedding every day in her head, constantly reimagining and refining her vision for the perfect day. But in a move that speaks to their maturity and perspective, they took it slow, refusing to rush into something just because they felt pressured by external expectations or traditional timelines. In July, little wedding planning had actually been accomplished, which might have caused panic for some couples so close to their desired wedding date. But Selena and Benny remained calm, trusting the process and trusting each other. Then, as September approached, things kicked into high gear. By September, all the details were finally finalized, with Pinterest boards serving as digital mood boards and inspiration sources for every element of the celebration, from floral arrangements to lighting design to table settings. The couple enlisted the help of legendary celebrity wedding planner Mindy Weiss, who is known for orchestrating some of the most spectacular celebrity weddings in recent history. Weiss specializes in creating magical, memorable experiences while maintaining absolute discretion and secrecy, crucial qualities when you're planning a wedding for two people as famous as Selena and Benny. The security and privacy measures were absolutely extraordinary and, quite frankly, necessary given the couple's celebrity status. Guests were shuttled blindly to the secret venue with no phones allowed during the ceremony. Imagine being a guest at this wedding. You get picked up at a designated location, driven to a mystery destination while somehow prevented from figuring out exactly where you're going, and then being asked to surrender your phone before witnessing the ceremony. It might sound extreme to civilians, but for celebrity weddings in the age of social media, these measures are absolutely essential to preserve the intimacy and privacy of the moment. Before the wedding itself, both Selena and Benny celebrated with with their respective friend groups in true celebration fashion. Gomez's bachelorette party took place in Cabo in August, no doubt featuring sun, sand, tequila and plenty of quality time with her closest friends. Meanwhile, Blanco's bachelor party happened in Vegas, embracing the traditional "what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas" approach to celebrating the end of bachelorhood. The physical setup for the wedding was nothing short of spectacular in its execution and expense. The custom tented setup alone cost approximately $300,000, a staggering amount that reflects the level of luxury and attention to detail that went into every aspect of the venue transformation. But beyond just the tents, custom venues were designed to show perfection, with every single element carefully considered and meticulously executed to create an absolutely flawless environment for celebration. The vendor team read like a dream list of top-tier wedding professionals. Beyond Mindy Weiss handling the overall planning, Revelry handled the decor, transforming the Seacrest nursery into a breathtaking wonderland of flowers, lights, and elegant design elements. Chef Jake Cohen prepared the challah, bringing his expertise and cultural knowledge to this important culinary element, and Petra Collins handled the photography, ensuring that every precious moment would be captured with artistic sensitivity and technical perfection. In early October, more than a week after the wedding itself, Selena shared additional behind-the-scenes content, including footage filmed by Taylor Swift. These snippets gave fans an intimate look at the getting ready process, showcasing the friendship between Selena and Taylor, and adding another layer to the wedding story that had already captivated millions. The reaction to these posts was immediate and overwhelming, with fans expressing their joy, their support, and their appreciation for the couple's willingness to share these precious moments. The event was described as perfect and filled with joy, with attendees and sources close to the couple emphasizing the genuine happiness and love that permeated every moment of the three-day celebration. The wedding also showcased the couple's commitment to using their platform for good. By requesting donations to Gomez's Rare Impact Fund instead of traditional gifts, they turned their wedding into an opportunity to make a real difference in the lives of young people struggling with mental health issues. This wasn't just a symbolic gesture, it was a concrete action that will have lasting impact far beyond the wedding weekend itself. As details of the wedding continued to emerge in the days and weeks following September 27th, certain elements stood out as particularly noteworthy and telling about the couple's values and priorities. The venue selection itself, Seacrest Nursery in Santa Barbara, represented a perfect blend of natural beauty and practical luxury. Santa Barbara, with its Mediterranean climate, stunning. Coastal views and sophisticated yet relaxed atmosphere provided the ideal backdrop for a couple who wanted elegance without stuffiness, luxury without ostentation, beauty without excess. Looking at the broader context of their relationship, this wedding represents the culmination of a love story that began professionally, developed into genuine friendship, and ultimately blossomed into romantic partnership. Their journey wasn't rushed or forced. It unfolded naturally, organically, at its own pace. And that patience, that willingness to let things develop without pressure or expectation, is reflected in every element of their wedding celebration. The wedding also serves as a beautiful capstone to Selena's very public journey through love and relationships. For years, fans watched as she navigated the ups and downs of young love, experienced heartbreak, and ultimately found herself in a relationship that, by all accounts, truly honors and respects her. The fact that she described her relationship with Benny as the safest and most respectful she had ever experienced speaks volumes about her growth, her self-awareness, and her refusal to settle for anything less than what she deserves. Looking at the timeline of their relationship, from professional collaboration in 2015 through friendship to romance beginning in mid-2023, engagement in December 2024 and marriage in September 2025, it's clear that this wasn't a rushed or impulsive decision. They took the time to really know each other, to build a solid foundation, to ensure that their relationship could withstand the pressures of fame, public scrutiny, and demanding careers. That patience and intentionality is reflected in every element of their wedding celebration. As details about the wedding continue to circulate and be discussed across social media platforms, fan forums, and entertainment outlets, certain images and moments have emerged as particularly iconic. Selena in that stunning halter-neck Ralph Lauren gown with its intricate floral details, Benny looking dapper in his classic black tuxedo, the couple exchanging emotional vows under a canopy of white flowers, Taylor Swift beaming with pride as she supported her best friend, and the joyful horror celebration honoring Benny's heritage. These images and moments will become part of the couple's legend, part of the story that fans will tell and retell, part of the cultural conversation around modern celebrity weddings and what it means to celebrate love in the public eye while maintaining privacy and authenticity. They represent a moment in time when everything came together perfectly. The weather cooperated, the vendors executed flawlessly, the guests showed up with love and support, and most importantly, two people who genuinely love and respect each other made promises to build a life together. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's September 27, 2025 wedding in Santa Barbara, California was far more than just another celebrity spectacle. It was a thoughtfully planned, beautifully executed, deeply meaningful celebration that honored their love story, their cultural backgrounds, their values, and their commitment to each other. From the 3-day format that allowed for relaxation and connection to the custom Ralph Lauren gowns that required 200 hours of craftsmanship, from the emotional self-written vows to the late-night Taco Bell that kept it real, every element came together to create something truly special, truly memorable, and truly reflective of who Selena and Benny are as individuals and as a couple. As they embark on this new chapter of their lives together, moving from engagement to marriage, from wedding to honeymoon to the everyday reality of building a life together, they carry with them the love, support, and good wishes of the hundreds of guests who witnessed their vows and the millions of fans who celebrated with them from afar. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to watch another fascinating video like this, click on one of the boxes on your screen right now.